Hi, Dave with Align Therapy here. I'm here with Kelsey. Kelsey has agreed to help us demonstrate and show a couple of things with scoliosis. She has a scoliosis curve, and I'll kind of show you that scoliosis curve in just a second. But we want to talk about, as you go back to school or as you're in school, two specific things to help the scoliosis and to help not progress with scoliosis. So, Kelsey, if you don't mind turning around. So Kelsey has a right thoracic curve that goes this way. Maybe come a little closer. Right thoracic curve this way, and then she has a left lumbar curve this way. One thing that's interesting is we can see Kelsey's pelvis wants to shift to the left because of this thoracic curve right here. So that's her curve, and that's where the imbalance wants to go. So Kelsey, go ahead and put that purse hanging on this shoulder here. So if, maybe scoot back just a little bit, there we go. So if this purse was a backpack and she was holding that backpack on one shoulder, especially her left shoulder, and I gave her a little bit of pressure, she's fighting me here though. So if that backpack is pulling down, it's pulling her into more of that curve. So this is her concave side, and if this was heavy, it would pull that shoulder down and it would collapse the concavity. So we don't want that to happen. So ideally, if this was a backpack, we would want it on both shoulders so that it's pulling equally down into the back. You could put it on the right side, but she also has this left lumbar curve, and we don't want that to compress the lumbar concavity. So that's important, that having the straps on both shoulders so that that's not happening. So Kelsey, now turn and face to your right. There we go. So another thing, if you have a backpack that's too heavy, so if I pull Kelsey back a little bit, like a backpack that's too heavy, we start to see the back arch forward. And a lot of times, to compensate for that, Kelsey, what would you do if I was doing this? You'd probably pull forward.
Yeah.
So
right, yeah.
you'd kind of go this way as you walk down the hall in class to stop, because if you keep going like this, you'll be walking, back like that. So your body goes forward to compensate for that. So if the backpack's too heavy, then we're going to see an imbalance that pulls back. I know that the big thing right now is that kids don't have lockers and you have to have a bunch of books and stuff like that. So backpacks are kind of heavy, but just be careful that we're not compressing the spine too much. So lighter backpack and keep it on both shoulders if possible. So okay, Kelsey, you can ditch the purse over here and come over here and have a seat on this chair. I don't have a school desk in the clinic. I wish I did so I could show a little bit more with this, but Kelsey, show me bad posture. What would
Probably like slouched.
Okay.
This way, or I guess like that way.
Right.
Slouched.
So going forward, so let's say you're like doing something here and your back's rounding. So we don't want to increase the prominence on that convex side, and going forward is going to increase that. So go ahead and slouch back how you were before. So that the back's nice and supported, but it's also in a rounded position. So we want to keep the spine supporting itself. One thing with scoliosis is we want the muscles to elongate the spine and keep it elongated. So sitting like that, where it's not horrible, and this is a nice chair, a lot of school chairs are not this comfortable, but trying to support the spine. So if you sit up a little bit and scoot your hips back to the back of the chair, and then try to keep your body up nice and straight so that the spine is supporting itself. Look at from the back. I want to show you something. With Kelsey, go ahead and relax all the way, like slouch how you would. Like maybe you don't slouch at all.
I guess I don't.
But pretend like you have bad posture.
Okay.
So what happens with Kelsey, since her pelvis wants to go to the left, a lot of times as she's slouching, she's going to go back and to the right with her trunk, which is going to go into her scoliosis curve. The left side, I don't know, can you feel that? That left side kind of collapses a little bit.
Yeah.
And we want to keep that open. So trying to not shift your pelvis and come back, trying to stay over your pelvis and get some muscle activity to support the spine. The problem is it takes energy to do that, and so through the day as you're sitting there, your muscles get fatigued and tired. So it's not totally realistic to stay perfectly straight for the whole day, but as much as you can, trying to support the spine. So there's a few tips that you can use as you go back to school with scoliosis, and to reduce the chance of it progressing because of what you're doing in school. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.